Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to another episode of Burning Crowns. I believe this is actually formally episode 20 or 21. That's pretty cool.
Damn.
We're doing it. So, hi, I'm Eric. I'm the game master and host for today's show. I'm going to be responsible for ruining everyone's lives today. So I'm super excited about doing that. And whose lives will be ruining? You might be wondering. Well, let's go around and say how we're all doing and who we're playing, and step up as your contestants are going to enter this Saw torture dungeon of beliefs. Mason, what's up?
Hi, Eric. I want to play a game.
Yes.
I'm Daniel. I'll be playing the role of Mason today. And I have been for the last couple. You know what? Hi, everyone. I'm Daniel.
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
What's up? Cool.
So what's shaking in your end of the world?
Me, not much. Besides I got my new setup of everything, which is pretty cool. I've been enjoying it. That's why I'm like tilted to the side now. I moved all that stuff around, so that's really cool. But enough about me. What's everybody else? Mason, what's going on with you?
Oh, I mean, so
Yes.
nothing in particular. I guess
Are you
playing role-playing games. I'm getting back into video games now. Tried my hand at Crusader Kings 2, which is really fun. Like I'm starting to learn it, and it's just like actually, it's very entertaining when I stop thinking about it as a grand strategy game and start thinking about it as a character game. Because there are so many variations of traits and different stat combinations that can lead to some unforeseen or awkward circumstances. Right now, I'm trying my best to conquer the world, or not conquer the world, conquer the North as Denmark, because yay nationalism. I've been trying that. I unified Denmark. That went well. Then, because of the laws internally in Denmark, when my king died, when the character I was playing died, the entire kingdom just fractured into tiny itty bitty states, and his 16 children divided it into bits for them.
Oh, petty squabbling?
Yeah, it was incredibly annoying. It took the entire lifetime of the heir of the first king to get it back together, and now it grows by like generationally. It's like we expand a bit, then the entire kingdom fractures, then we spend a lifetime putting it back together, expand a little bit, and it fractures again, and just repeat the process until
that's so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Next step is in waiting Norway.
Oh my god, that sounds like so much fun, honestly. That sounds super, super good. Thank you. That's now I want to play that. Anyways, Sam,
Hey.
Julius, what's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. Just hanging out. Started playing in an Uncharted Worlds game over on Swargame's channel.
Yeah, how was that?
It's good so far. I mean, we just sort of getting started, feeling out the rules a little bit. I'm playing a Southern mechanic and brawler, so that's always good.
Yeah.
I've got a still in my engine room, which is a good time. But other than that, not much. Just excited to get back to the burning wheel as always.
Oh yeah, me too. I'm super excited to get back today. Cool.
Oh, am I quiet?
Are you?
My mic. That's what Kelsey says.
Oh, okay. Maybe move your mic a little bit. You sound pretty good to me, but anyways, while you're doing that, AP Gaming, Mass Effect Master. What's up?
Actually, everyone I know that plays Andromeda is farther than me because I wait to stream it. And they're all just like, yeah, I'm 36 hours in. And I'm like, I might be that next week, buddy. More importantly, I started my own Burning Wheel campaign and we had our first episode.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Burning Bread. Tell us about it.
The first episode involved the promise of the players making an oven and creating pizza. Instead, they spent most of their time abducting orphans and selling them into virtual slavery to a dark sorceress who lives outside a cemetery.
Good
As you
times.
do.
Wow. Well, that's not what I would have expected from
The
from
very
baking
last
bread.
thing that happens in the episode is a musical from a forked sing while baking.
Yeah, I remember them treating a dog.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched that part.
I need to ask something. Did you just say I didn't expect that, or you wouldn't expect that, Eric? Because I seem to remember you game master like professionally, so you should know player characters.
Yeah, it's fair. I wish. Yeah. Maybe my skills.
Do
Yeah.
what PC's gonna do.
Maybe my skills are slipping.
You know, Eric, what I want to talk about is you and your new setup. You're at a different angle. You've got different lighting. Your hair is still fantastic. There's nothing different about that.
No, we're not. But thank you. Let's talk about everyone's belief so we can get playing, because I want to get going into this, guys. And just like any other game, we need to of Burning Wheel. Our beliefs are what matters. They're what drives play. So going over them is going to be super important. I'm actually, while we're going over them, for everyone's edification, I'm going to make a new page on Roll20, and we're just going to like put down our beliefs into it too, so we can keep them on the screen for everybody.
Great idea.
Alrighty.
Oh, there we go.
You know what I didn't mention, Eric, is that I finally got those fan art pictures by Pugs Please of all of our characters that she did in Gold Leaf.
Oh,
Yeah.
Those
They
were
were real
so
good.
good.
They were real
that's
good.
wonderful.
I put mine in
I
my
wish
bio,
I had them right now. Oh, you have them in their bio? Good.
but I can't get it to like go red side up. I tried a bunch of different things, and every time I upload it to Roll20, it like flips sideways.
You made us all GMs, right?
No, I think
You
I only
didn't?
made Mason GM.
Well, all right. Well, I was
And
going
it's
My
probably me who was, for some reason, created three copies of the
Okay.
block sheet.
Don't worry. Shut up. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it later. Let's go. We'll fix it in post. All right. So let's talk about our beliefs here. So first, for purposes of today, we'll just start laying things out. So let's go with Ronald Swan.
Ronald is currently attempting to upload our pictures onto our character sheets. Can we head to somebody else real quick?
Sure, Mason.
Yeah, hi everyone. So the beliefs for this session will be the same as they were last time, and we'll address that in a moment. So I have, my first belief is, for Boys to know prosperity, a worthy ruler must sit on the dragon scale throne. To learn the fate of the vanished Rogarbians, I will take the secrets of Yavanan the Red that are undoubtedly hidden within the forgotten parts of the Ruby Fortress. My second belief is Swan deserves a chance to set Natala down the right path, down the righteous path. So I shall not accuse her yet. But Noleski must be protected from his sister. I hope he is wise enough to heed the Council of Wizards. And my third belief, which is the same belief as last time, even though I earned Persona for it, I have returned that Persona and replaced it with a Fate, is by secret, my craft, by virtue, my path. There is yet enough fire in the hearts of men to steer course over dark seas. I must start rallying those who would defy the tyrannous stars.
Oh, so good.
Thank you. My instincts are always accept a worthy task, always lash out before backing down, always draw maps of new places I go. And I have the traits rabble rouser, extremely respectful of one's betters, arrogant, curious, risk taker, gifted, and second sight.
Perfect. All right.
I can go next.
Okay.
Give AP some time here. So I only changed one belief as well, which is my faith belief. Only the strong wall shelters humanity from the storm. Within the great vault below the Cathedral of Abadar lie the ancient relics of the faith. As the heir to the prophets and saints of old, I must requisition the use of these tools so that my weak mortal mind might better focus upon and channel the Lord's will. Yeah, basically I want to get some prophet stuff. My second belief is still, I am no longer a Satova. I must speak to Elena Lebeda to try and convince her that I'm still worthy of wedding her. And belief 3, the Lord of Keys did not lock all of creation in his great vault to miser it away, but rather to protect it. It is time for the gold of his church to go to use preparing in earnest for the end. I shall found a holy order of warriors who shall be the wall against the storm. If Sir Zidimir will have the honor, he shall be its founding member, first of the Order of the Strong Wall. So we got half of that belief last time. Now we need to get that money. Me and Swan need to present our plan to the Master of Vaults and get the money flowing outward.
Oh my god. That's no way is that gonna okay. Yep. That's easy enough.
So my instincts are always have my doctoring supplies on me. I changed my second belief or instinct because it wasn't giving me enough mileage to always take the time needed to pray and commune. And third instinct, always assume signs of the apocalypse.
Perfect. Okay. And then we finally can get over to Swan.
You did actually make us all GMs, so I put
nice.
all of the pictures down on the clocks page.
Okay.
So I can do stuff like this. Boom.
It's the page called Copy.
It is in fact called Copy, yes. But it's where all the clocks are stored.
Yes.
There's a new clocks page.
Look at us.
My goodness. Well, I can't
clocks.
handle that.
Look at this. This is amazing. Oh, I love it.
So good. Clocks, please. You got Mason's hair just perfect.
Yes.
Should work real hard on these too.
My favorite thing is the expression on Demetrius's face. It's A+.
I mean, I asked you guys for descriptions of your characters.
Yeah, it's super good.
They were perfectly described. Very well. Count Ronald Swan. I need to secure the Queen's alliance. Therefore, I will meet with the Lebedans and smooth over any complications. I need to secure my own power base. Therefore, I will meet with Mason and understand why she sorely opposes this plan. Her support must be mine. To secure public opinion, I must secure the public. It is time to hire up all free bards, troubadours, troborites, and alehouse performers to sing my praises and spread news according to my agenda. I am responsible to the people.
Those are all on the actual sheet, right? AP?
They are updated.
They are. Oh, look at that. Look at you. Perfect.
Science.
What can science do?
I think the real question is, what can't science do?
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, look at that. Perfect. Let me just maybe move this one down. Cool. And then that's it. So now we can all get them kind of on the screen when we need to, and I can highlight the ones that we're looking at the time. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Okay, we can bring us back over to. I can move that over. Perfect. Okay, but let's for the time being, let's just jump over to the clocks page. All right, so let's go ahead and start talking about what we want to do today. So I know what I need to do, but is anybody? I know we had to cut short a few things. I think specifically with Mason from last week, and I think we wanted to do a little bit. Or I'm sorry, actually, it wasn't Mason. We cut AP out because AP was trying to get a meeting complete with the Raven.
Several meetings,
and we just ended up Mason and the Raven just talking about a lot. So I think we should probably just pick up immediately right there. Is that fair? Or do you just want to?
I think my next meeting on the list was the church and then the Lebedans. I was going to the church with Aurelius, and I don't know if Aurelius still has a belief about that.
I have two beliefs.
Well, then let's go.
All right, let's go. All right, AP.
Because I want you to help present the plan.
Take me to church.
Today. I mean, we went two different directions with that.
Yeah.
I'll gladly follow.
Okay. All right, so we're going to the cathedral.
Yeah, I think I asked to meet with the there's like probably like, you know, so we talked about sort of in the same vein of how the Goramites separate their bishops based on weaponry. how the Abadarian Church does it based on the craft. And so I think that the Master of Finance, the Master Banker, is known as the Master of the Vaults, and he's sort of the be all end all when it comes to. He's essentially the chairman of the Fed, right, for Abadar.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one who decides when the money goes out. So he's the one me and Swan are gonna need to convince here. So I am going to meet with this guy.
Yeah, that should be pretty easy.
We probably before we go in, like as we're on the steps of the church, I'm going to look to Swan, and I will say, Your Radiance, would you please lead us in a prayer before we go into our meeting?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Anything from the book I gave you will do.
You know what's interesting is I'm learning doctrine. So can I doctrine up some prayer or something? Something.
Yeah.
Is there a good failure consequence?
Perhaps some people
someone
are gathering around.
I was going to say someone overhears it and sees that you are not well versed. There's a strong rumor to be made that this is just you doing this as to play the part rather than it be genuine.
Lip service.
And I would like to, I think, help here. I could help with doctrine, but I think it might be more interesting if I help with faith. And sort of the way I'm thinking of this is like, I sort of am like, I look to Count Swan, and I like say, if you don't remember something from the book, it does not matter. Look in your heart where civilization lies.
I know. No, that's my entire argument. However, these words that I found in the book resonate with me deeply. And probably he starts off, I'm imagining like tiered steps, kind of Jedi palace up to the, and so he's like walking back and forth along the steps to do his preaching. He's very evangelical about it.
Well, this is a really good point, because here's what the scene kind of looks like for everyone watching. So you have the royal guards, right? You have and you actually have some Abadarian, not paladins, but like Templars, right? Who are literally keeping crowds at bay, right? Whenever Sulius goes, crowds come. And they are like watching you guys go up these steps. You hear them calling out, being like, help me, help me. Bless me, bless my baby, right? Like they want from you all of the time. You were the first light they have seen that like has power in such a long time, right? You're blessed by Abadar. Bless me, right?
Sure.
They want things from you. They're calling out for you. So when you're asking Count Swan to like do this, and like people are gonna notice him, possibly not messing it up or whatever, and also they might get a little mad that you're not paying attention to them, right?
Sure.
So think of that kind of picture, right? Like it's much more crowded. It's not like some people might see you. It's like literally there's crowds of people around you wherever you go. So it's annoying almost, right? Like you have to have.
Some people might not see you because there are people in the way.
Yeah.
So if I can, I'll help with faith. Otherwise, I can happily help with doctrine instead.
Mason will pray along, just join in the prayer insofar as they're able. But I turn to Aurelius as we start doing this, and I say, isn't begging coppers from the church a bit petty, with all these people here needing your attention more?
Yeah. And here's the other thing. So I won't let you fork with faith or doctrine unless you tell me what that looks like.
Oh yeah, well, so like that was kind of like what I was trying to do.
I would allow you to it, but I think those are like two very different ways of helping.
Well, yeah, that was.
And I want to know what you do.
That was like kind of what I was trying to do with like telling Swan to like if he needed to ignore the book, like he is the chosen one, So just like
Improv it.
Look, yeah. So I like I'm like as he's doing it, actually, because he like said that he wanted to do something from the book, so I think it's more appropriate that I help him with doctrine. So I think like as he's doing it, I'm like whispering like passage numbers that are like appropriate into like so that he can hear them in his ear. Essentially, I'm giving him the lines he needs.
Okay. Do you accept that help, baby?
I think so.
Okay.
But
Smart.
Swan has a specific passage in mind he's already prepared. And so he'll go with your lines as like a builder to begin with, and then get to the, he builds the energy of the crowd up towards. And so I know you people wish to all be blessed by my good friend and holy prophet, Sulius Aurelius.
People are talking over, like trying to talk over you, right? Like you haven't gotten their attention yet. But continue.
But that's okay, because I have a persuasion of 7 and an oratory and a command. I know how to talk over people.
But they're just very much like, we want to hear the prophet talk kind of thing, right? You're like a shitty opening act to them right now.
If you want to get the attention of the people, you could roll a conspicuous check.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, are we doing that
No.
as part of the
No,
doctrine?
you don't have to. But I'm just coloring the scene right now. Like,
Okay.
So like we hear all the people talking, like we want to hear Sulius. We want to, when you're like trying to talk over them, but like obviously because of the show, we are hearing you. But that's just the conflict right now, and the dynamic, not conflict. But continue.
The prophet has great and terrible works to do, and he cannot individually aid all of you. But let us look to the great book for Tamatoa, verse 9, and make unto yourself a work of art. Never hide yourself. I can't. I am too shiny. And like I unveil all of my beautiful armor and robes.
All right,
Watch
Moana.
me dazzle like a diamond in the rough. You can too. Just strut your stuff. My stuff is so shiny, as Abadar has said. And I want to like do I probably practice this a lot. I want to do like a 3-point turn where the sword catches a glint of daylight, the like holy magic sword of the chosen one, as I'm turning. That's right. I just Moana'd the crowd.
I end with whatever passes for Amen to that. Like, diamonds on my neck, bitch.
There are parts of the Book of Avatar that get a little odd around, but there's different books, right? That's probably from like book 12 or 13.
No, it's the book of the 36 chambers of cash rolls everything around me.
No.
I feel like Swan paid a lot of attention to the 36th book.
Anyways, yeah. So
He
let's
diversified his portfolio.
let's go ahead and do this. All right.
Prophet Jizza.
So your intentions here were to give you like a benefit going into talking to the
I think
the
that's his
key card?
intention.
I think my intention in getting Swan to do this is I'm just trying to get like get the chosen one out there, and B, like I want Swan to believe like desperately, like when he like is doing things that to me are not evident of the chosen one, it's like just scares the hell out of Silius, right? Because he really truly believes that the end is coming and he needs the chosen one to make sure everyone doesn't die.
Okay.
So Swan's intentions here are that people recognize that the prophet is in fact super duper busy and he's needed for bigger stuff. But there's this great book with all this good advice that you can get for a reasonable price.
That's gonna be really hard to convince people of, but okay.
Jason's intention here is to send a prayer to Abadar in the hopes that you do it.
Sure. Exactly.
Well,
I'm
I
doctrining.
feel like the person who's making the test though is AP. So
Yeah, I know. I wanted to share.
yeah, okay. To placate the crowds.
Yeah.
That's soothing platitudes.
I mean, I thought this was a doctrine test.
I know, but like you could factor in soothing platitudes if you wanted to.
I don't even have it started yet.
Okay, don't worry about it then. All right, doctrine.
What is this? Ob 1?
Yeah, I think it's probably an ob one. But I don't. The thing is though, I'm not sure to get what you want out of this to really placate the masses. That doesn't really sound like a doctrine test though. It sounds like you could. It sounds more like soothing platitudes, but forking doctrine than the other way around.
If he addresses the crowd, it's more.
You are addressing the crowd, so it's actually more like oratory.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, oratory with me helping with doctrine seems to make
but
sense.
it's probably but it's
So it would
probably
be the
exactly
will of the crowd.
So it's going to be 4. Actually 5 because I'm adding an additional obstacle here
Jesus.
because the crowd is so like they don't care, they want the profit, right?
We have armed people to keep back the crowd. That is how crazy they are.
Yeah, they are rabid fans, man. You're extremely popular. And so it's really hard for someone to come up and be like, let's be reasonable, buy this book. You don't have to see this person. They're like, no, he's right there. Talk to me, right?
Swan is Envy on the Coast opening for Taylor Swift.
I want to fork Persuasion and Command and Peasant Wise.
Yeah.
How many dice am I getting from your doctrine? Just 1?
Just one.
That's 8 versus a 5. That's not great, friend.
We believe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Have faith.
that intent.
I mean, it's
Should've
important that
made a
these
more
people stop.
simple intent.
These people need to stop bothering you. Either way, you know what? I need that routine test to get a bump up in oratory. So
Yeah. Zonalar has it in
Roll
chat,
it up.
right? These just people are just going crazy, screaming "I love you" and stuff like that. So
we'll take
Ooh.
that fate. Let me mark it down real quick. All I need is for it to roll another 6 and then a success.
yep. So the consequences of failure. Let's see. Okay, 1 shy. Do you have you don't have anything else you could do to fix that, right? No.
Nope. But I
Okay.
have an oratory of 5 now.
So, yeah, the crowd, like you say, you do this thing and you end up blinding them with their twirl, and they're like, "Boo! Ah!" And they like you see them like they throw stuff, you know? They're like, "Boo! Give us the prophet! Let the prophet speak! Bless us! Bless us!" You know, it's like calling. You know, they're crying out like they don't. You got them for a little bit, and then they're like, we don't want your stupid books. We want to hear the prophet. The prophet's words are truth, kind of thing.
I look at
Let him
Aurelius.
speak.
I look
And so
miffed.
the
Do something.
the people don't. Yeah, and now like the guards are, you know, they're like the guys are like pushing, right? They're pushing, and the guards are like, no, and
So
it's gonna
can
be
I try to make this better.
yeah, because Count on Swan did not do a good job with this.
Okay, so
The people are upset.
I'm gonna try to make a political move here, and what I'm gonna try to do is I'm going to try to tell them our plan about making sure that we start creating roads and schools and promoting trade for the common folk.
Hospitals.
And
Don't forget hospitals.
And hospitals. And in doing so, I want to connect this to the test to persuade the master of the vaults, because I essentially want the people.
You have popular
to
support advantage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally. Okay. I see what I see what you're doing here. It's a bold move. These people just want you to bless them, not tell them your 4-year plan, but this could work.
Look,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: is like Demetrius doesn't have the faith exponent to just like be like performing miracles all the time without persona,
Yeah.
and I don't have persona, so I need to figure out some other way to like in the same way. I can't be blessing every single person in the street, so I need to figure out something.
Yeah.
It sounds like you don't have faith in your ability to do this.
I know.
Sam, the player, does not have faith.
That's true, dude. You can't roll faith for anything.
Aurelius does not understand how this magic works and is really scared that if he starts just trying to bless everybody, it's just not going to work.
Okay.
How does it feel, Aurelius? How does it feel?
All right. So you try to like salvage this situation.
So I like stand and I say, good people, please allow me to go inside. I have a meeting for a grand plan, a plan thought of by the chosen, Count Swan himself, a plan to build hospitals and bridges, roads and schools to ensure that Brevoy has profit and growth in civilization for years to come. I say, even now we are heading in to put the final dot and cross the T's on this plan, and soon the money shall be flowing out. And
just fucking tell them that you hope Abadar will be with them.
And then that's how I definitely finish, and I say, Abadar be with you all, and I will see you all very soon. Carry civilization within your hearts, people. And so I would like to make an oratory test here. My intent is I want the crowd to essentially calm down. I want to make sure there's not a riot. I want to be able to go inside and take care of some business.
I would love to help you here.
I think this is going to be an Ob 5. Just because Count Swan didn't ablate some of that. I think some of the spill-off is that this is a little more difficult now.
Sure.
So is it when you're...
What is the failure consequence before we throw dice?
The failure consequence is that I think it's fair to say that they're cool with that, but they want you to bless them now, right? So I think the consequence would be...
They want to see some god magic.
Yeah, they want to see god magic. Then they're going to be like angry outside the temple, waiting for you. Right. So they're not going to leave. They're not going to be like, oh, great, he solved our problems in a little bit. Like, they're going to be like, no, we want it now. And like, we want it now. Bless us now. Like outside the church, right?
He just did though, right? Like you
just but not. That's not what they wanted exactly. They want you to like bring people up. They want to see
god magic.
They want to see God. Yeah, they want to see faith magic. They want you to like bring up some sick leper dude and heal them, and and like make a big show of it and show like stop talking and do stuff. You're a prophet. Do it. Do stuff. Do more stuff. Do more cool God stuff. Right?
Yeah, these are the people who've heard about all the miracles, and they've heard probably even like grander versions of these stories.
Some of them saw you break the noose, man. They're like, what's the big deal? You're blessed by Abadar. Bless me. Stop waiting around and like doing this politicking. Great, you have my best interests in mind later on for this legislation and money, finance. I don't care. Bless my baby. Right? They want you to do things. And so the consequence to this is that they are still going to be around angrily, impatiently waiting for you to bless them in a real way.
Okay.
So like if you fail this, over the talk of the like inside is going to be like you're going to hear the rumblings of the crowd outside, right?
Yes. Okay.
Can I help with etiquette? I mean, if you want help.
I would
etiquette is not applicable. Let's be honest.
Really?
No.
How does etiquette apply to this?
I mean, I'd be like, people, calm down. There's a way to do this.
Have you ever tried to talk to a crowd?
I just talked to this crowd. So
etiquette is used for relating to the king and the queen.
Yeah. Talking to the crowd is oratory.
Yeah.
Very well. I will help you with oratory.
All right.
If you want it.
Yes, I would love some help.
And if Eric isn't like you've already screwed.
No, you can help. Yeah, that'd be great to try to salvage your situation.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to reverse the situation. I want to help you with peasant wise. I'm going to be whispering in your ear. I'm just like, this is what the people want. Look at them. They're so poor. All they want to know is money, hospitals, roads, things that change their lives. Excellent.
And then, so that's one die from that help. I'm not getting any help from the sorcerer, I'm guessing.
What help do you imagine you would get?
Yeah, I mean, I guess none. I would like to fork here. Let's see. Falsehood for essentially saying that this plan was dealt with, but really we haven't even started talking to the people we need to. Suasion, of course.
Suasion,
for all
yeah.
the god stuff. So that's 2 dice because it's a 7 exponent now.
Yeah. Oratory, yeah. Both of those make sense.
And then Abadar Wise. And I think that might be the only thing.
Sure.
Maybe Doctrine?
You never quoted any passages.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I don't think so. Unless you want to like add something into the talk right now, right?
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
So I've got 9 dice thrown at this, which is not
so you're trying to placate this group with this long political talk of your plan, and they really want you're testing their patience, really.
Sure. Come on.
Oh,
I've
no!
Got a 6.
You got a 6 though. Oh, 9 dice versus a 5.
Faith.
Have faith. Believe. Yes.
Yeah!
Oh, nice.
Nice, Sam.
That's huge. That's really, really important.
Yeah.
Yes, excellent.
Cool. So the crowd chills the fuck out.
Yeah, and Count Ronald Swan. Hold on. Was it the last die that was a 6? No, it wasn't. Okay. So I don't think it was so much. You know what? I really wish there was a way, if I could redo the burning wheel sheet, what helping dice, change it to a different color, so you could see the person helping you is their color. So you would know if that die was helpful or not.
I think you could do that in the code, but
yeah, I think it's doable. It's just all right. So, anyways, yeah.
So I think like the last thing Aurelius says before going inside, as he looks out and he says, "What I want more than anything, good people, is to help all of you. This weak mortal body has not the power to channel the divine spirit and help every man and woman and child here, but perhaps the gold that the church has raised these many years can." And then I'll turn to head inside.
Oh, good. So they're expecting you to like. Are they expecting you to just come out and start like throwing money around? Is that the idea?
I don't think that was the intent.
The intent was that they like calm down.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they want to interpret it like that, I guess. But what I promised was like hospitals and roads and jobs. So
okay. Yeah. Well, I think there's okay. Well, they're not gonna. Okay. So what happens with this success is that rather than making a clock of the masses get more and more unruly and start mobbing. I think that's just going to be kind of placated, and now they're just going to be kind of around waiting for you, but not impatiently waiting for you. So
yeah,
cool.
All right.
So yeah,
to the next one.
Yeah. So I think you actually hear like cheers and like claps. It's a very like polite, nice thing. You hear like, "We love you," and then you like some like old lady or whatever, like before you go inside, like an old peasant lady's like, I like that boy," and we go, yeah, and then we go.
You turn out right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go talk to whoever you need to talk to.
Yeah, so are we actually going to go talk to in the cathedral?
Yeah, I got 2 big requests for this guy.
Deal with this nerd.
All right. So like you described him as the Fed chair, right?
Yeah, he's
so this isn't the Hierophant? Okay.
No, this is so many different. Like this guy is like, his job is like making sure that, because we talked about there's like that.
Is he like an archivist? Is he like the head librarian type person? Is that what, like our archivist? Because like the vault below, right?
Yeah,
this is the guy who's responsible for managing the vault below.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an aspect of that, but like he's also like a banker, and like,
yeah, so he's like the head of the bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, sure.
Abadar is all about people staying in their lane, Eric.
Yeah.
So the Hierophant can't be messing around in the banks.
Yeah, exactly. Because the Hierophant's more about policy and law, for trade, more legal stuff, and your guy's an actual like monetary expert.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's that's what this gentleman or perhaps lady does.
Yeah.
Janet Yellen.
Let me just roll a quick d6. Odd is male. Okay. They're female. Awesome. Oh, okay. I know who this is. Okay. Continue.
I think the
So
title
you are,
is,
yeah.
I think the title is master, even if it's
Yeah.
like male or female. I think it's the same
I
title.
completely agree. I completely agree. So I think this is going to be, ooh, yeah, okay. This is going to be an older lady, actually a sister to to Dame Leveton,
Oh, awesome.
who
Cool.
also has given up their name to be part of the church.
Excellent. So I enter and I nod and I like hold out my ring, expecting her to kneel and kiss the prophet's ring.
Is that a power play or is that expected?
I mean, I think it's like whether or not she sees it as a power play, Aurelius expects it because he's been named the prophet of the church.
It sounds like good manners. I imagine it like Obama saluting
Yeah.
the Marine
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like a snobbish thing. This is actually.
No. I'm not like trying to like disrespect. I'm just like trying to like follow like the formalities that are set forth.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. They abide by the formalities. So what do you think their last name is? That now that they've given it up.
Should be something to do with maybe
The
it's
vault?
just Vault Keeper.
Yeah. Vault Keeper. Okay. Yeah. Maybe just their title is probably Master Vault Keeper,
Yeah.
but it's her name is Naja.
Yeah. So I'll say
Master Naja Vault Keeper.
I like
Blonde
definitely
hair.
like
I imagine what's her name? Carrie Elways. The girl Claire from House of Cards.
oh yeah.
Claire.
So like as she like kneels, basically I like let her do the formality, but like have her like stand more quickly, like indicating like favor, you know what I mean? I'm like trying to be nice. And I say, Nadia, I appreciate you seeing us on such short notice. I have a request, and then we have a proposal for the church as a whole moving forward.
Well, I wish this was better timings, but we can always make time for the prophet. We're in the midst of the quarterly auditing of the houses, getting everything ready and prepared for before the king's moot. She doesn't say that part, but that's assumed that, and so the audience knows that as well, right? So they're in the midst of counting all the money, making sure who owes what is all lined up again before we get to the king's moot, which is in a year from now or whatever. They're just making sure their accounting balances are all like we know where everyone is before we get into it, right?
Sure.
That's what they're doing. So they're in the midst of gathering all that data and starting to do it, right? It's a long fucking time, and imagine not having a computer system to do it. So that's why they're doing it now, right?
Sure.
So, anyway, so come.
Of course. The first request is grand, however easily executed. In the vaults that you keep below this grand cathedral are ancient relics. I believe they could be of use in my communion with our Lord. I believe that the limitations of my mortal flesh are making things more difficult.
She looks at you, and she's taking that as being like, "Hey, I'm prophet. Give me this stuff." And so I think she's going to try to avoid you politely. So I think she says something when you say that is something to the effect of, well, our policies, especially at this time, we can't allow even to a prophet relinquishing of such artifacts. They belong in the vault in the first place. I'm sorry, she doesn't say that. She says it way more politely. She says something like, like she quotes an Abadarian passage about how the greatest artifacts should remain in the vault, right?
Yeah. So I like as she does this, I like purposely interrupt her as she's like finishing the passage, and I will say the passage that is in my belief, and this is not a passage from the book. I was given the right to make doctrine, and this is what I am doing. I will say, the Lord of Keys did not lock up all of creation in his great vault to miser it away, but rather to protect it. It is time for these protected artifacts to be made use. Dark things come on the horizon. We must make sure that we survive.
Awesome. Yeah, persuade her.
Can I swayed her?
Yeah, swayed her. It's also fine. Your intentions is for her to allow you to take these artifacts.
Yeah, sure. And we can figure out what they are later.
Sure. The important part is that you'll have access to them.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for a suasion test. I don't think I can get help. I think this is like something that I gotta do by myself.
Let me ask you this question. Should we actually bust into Duel of Wits for this?
So I was thinking we're probably gonna have to have a Duel of Wits for the next thing. So we might want to just make this one test.
Sure. That's fair. Yeah. No, that's fair with me. That's why I was asking you.
Yeah. I just don't want to take up too much time, especially with a shorter session.
Sure.
And I already have. So
okay, perfect. Yeah, so let's convince this. So you're trying to convince Nadja.
Yeah. So what kind of obstacle am I looking at first off?
4.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, I have 4.
The favorite consequence is that you get shut out from doing this. Like you can't. No one in the church is going to be able to help you get these things. Well, not. I shouldn't say no one in the church, but maybe I think as written and how things are right now, the status quo of the church, you can't just say I'm a prophet, give me these things, right? That avenue is shut off from you.
Yeah, and I think like a decent consequence, if I might, throw one out, would be like, it seemed like she was willing to compromise and be like, if you want to come to the church and like use the stuff in the vault, like fine. But like this will be like her being like, all right, like clearly like you do not like
but you don't get to check these things out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she'll shut off the ability for me to compromise.
Exactly. That's what's getting shut out.
Cool. All right, so can I fork here? Doctrine.
Yeah, obviously quoting the parables is definitely doctrine worthy.
I'm hoping for Abadar wise here.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the only one I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably it. But I'm throwing 9 dice and I'm 4, so I'm not too worried.
He says, tempting fate.
Oh,
I'll re-roll those 6s.
Look at that. That's a pretty.
Spend the fate here. All right, 1 more success.
Looking good.
So I think she politely says, "Oh, sure, of course. I mean, for the prophet, I guess. Or drastic times call for exceptions."
I nod my head and I say, "Thank you very much, Nadja. Now, if I may hand the reins over to His Radiance, Count Ronald Swan, he has a proposal." And I look to you and I say, "It was your dream, Your Radiance." And then cede the floor to you.
So Swan will simply step forward and say, "I believe that this plan is not mine, but Abadar himself has given me these dreams with which to put forward. That coin should flow among roadways as blood flows in the body. That it is not to sit in these vaults waiting and doing nothing, but to be out among the people, enriching their lives and returning in a great circular cycle. As a merchant, I myself know exactly how this is to work. And as a noble, I have devised the perfect plan for with which to use this money. This financial plan is not an outrageous demand, and it is exactly enough pages for every man to understand. And I hand over a collated binder.
Wow.
About your financial plans to do
Yeah.
this. So what's your intention here doing this?
Well, I guess my intention here is to get congressional approval because I'm going to need the votes.
Yeah. Okay.
Basically, so I think that the things that we were talking about getting funding for are A, the military order, and then B, roads, hospitals, and
Yeah.
I believe schools.
Okay, so-
was also
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
table.
Obviously, I mean, a really good consequence to failure is that you get the military order, but none of the things
But
you
none
promise
of
the
the
people.
good things.
To the
what-
people.
so-
I kind
Sure,
of feel like
perfect.
that's a pretty
The
good
plan
consequence.
heavily favors over all the other provinces, Rogarvia, and specifically is to help maintain and build new roads in Swanlands.
Oof.
Oh, that's even worse. Okay.
So
Did
why
I not
lump
read
them
this?
all-
I think
Why put them all
I think
together
it's a little obfuscated in some of the wording.
Oh, you actually wrote this thing in a way. Okay, well, we don't have to worry about a role of the writing it and stuff like that, unless you actually want to
Please, I
like
hope
look over
not.
it
No,
later,
that-
right?
I have no
yeah,
interest
I
in
have no
doing
interest. Yeah, I know. That's not what's important. What's important though is this person interpreting it. So that's
Maybe-
a good
maybe this-
intention.
Maybe this is where we roll into the duel of wits.
Yeah.
This is what I feared. I put my trust in Count Swan, and he failed me.
For what?
Is it a duel of
What?
wits?
Favoring yourself.
I
must
didn't
be
favor
charitable.
myself. No, first off, I'm favoring my people.
All right.
You want to talk
yeah,
about
but-
charitability? This plan wouldn't even be happening if I didn't dream it up.
So again, is this a duel of wits? Like
This is a
Swan
duel of
says,
wits.
I want to sell you these things. Are they just gonna say yes?
No. They're going to be like, well, we're gonna have to look it over and get back to you.
Right.
Uh,
And when like can AP make a test? Can AP make a point where there's
Yeah.
a single test is sufficient to make it pass through? Because if so, then again, there's no need for rule of wits. It's the rule of thumb known as the rule of two no's.
Yeah. So yes, there is something you can do to persuade them. There's actually a couple ways you could do to persuade them. I think in these types of circumstances, I think a wealthy donation to the church to smooth this over is perfectly fair, to also cover the accounting expenses and all of that. I think that's very reasonable. But you could also probably persuade them to expedite this if you could give them a stronger need. Right. I think both of those are possible.
I will
Buying your
definitely
way
go
through
for the
this.
persuasion route.
Okay.
I think also a part of this is let's see.
I mean, Swan is Pennywise. When he has the chance, he's not going to
Yeah.
spend
No,
money.
I was thinking about your beliefs, and I was thinking if this falls into your third one. But I don't think so. Okay. No, I think this should just be a regular test, actually. You're right.
So this does involve my third belief, but I specifically.
Pass it
I'm
off
like,
to me. Yes.
yeah, I'm trying to play off the Demetrius is trying to.
Put your faith in me, my friend.
Exactly. That's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Okay. So
Boy, I think she's going to start saying stuff about being like, this is quite the audacious plan that Abadar. She says, looking at you, Count Swan, and she's probably like on the page that has the fine text. She's fine text. She reads the fine print wise.
yeah.
And just like, this is quite an audacious plan by Abadar.
And I'm like, but did you see the best part wherein we begin I don't know if I want to unveil that yet. Well, let me ask you, if I unveil a part where it's like, rather than taxing people quarterly or whatever, it would be more like our tax, like a sales tax would be
Like a value added tax?
I don't know what that particularly means.
Sales tax.
Sales tax, then yes. that the flow of money, the more the money changes hands, the better it is for everybody all around.
You want to start taxing consumption.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As part of like a 5-year plan included as a rider in this. Is that going to make a big stink, or can I turn to that and be like, look, this is as the money flows out to the people, it will return to the vaults and then back out again, making sure that everyone has the ephemeral force that binds us all. Credit.
I think we might need to go one step at a time. I think first we might need to get funding for our big public works project, and then we can reform the taxes.
Yeah. So that's what you're trying to get here.
There's also the issue of the church having jack shit to do with the taxes, right? Like this would be
but they're the banking though.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll work on the taxes.
The Sertovans are the ones who write, you know.
So it would be like,
okay, I'll work on the taxes down the road.
Okay.
The money will circulate, and then the bailiff comes along and is like, "Give me all of it, thank you."
I would love to use persuasion for this.
Okay.
And I want to fork accounting, haggling, administration, supplier-wise, noble-wise, peasant-wise, merchant-wise, and logistics.
I don't think noble-wise and peasant-wise are applicable.
Really? I kind of specifically mentioned them, and the whole plan revolves around it, but that's fine.
I'm saying that because you were talking about the whole plan being like, this helps everybody.
Okay.
Not so much how exactly does it help nobles and how exactly does it help peasants. I will allow you to use those if you just expand a little bit on those, right? Give me those little anecdotes, right? Give me that story about Boris over in Leveton lands who has to work 14 hours to cut his, you know what I mean? Like give me like if you that those little like sprinkles of anecdote, and then I would totally give it to you. If you want those extra dice, like I would totally give it to you, but that's the cost.
Do you want help? Because I'll help you if you want.
I will accept help from Mason and Aurelius if they want to drop in here.
I don't think Mason understands what you're proposing, and consequently, I don't think they're big on supporting it. They're just like, I'm sure you got this well in hand.
All right.
Okay. I would like to help with bureaucracy. And the way I'm going to do so is I will tap the plan and I will say, I've read this plan over. It is an excellent plan. It gets rid of a lot of bureaucratic waste in the system. Look how much smaller this plan is. Look, it's many less pages, much more streamlined.
You know what? Actually, I will throw some help at you just because I can. I will say Mason will comment, not understanding the nature of the plan, but generally getting the idea that we're supposed to get money out into the city. So they'll come.
This is like literally the American Healthcare Act. Okay.
The whole country. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Getting more.
Except our plan actually covers people.
Wow. Okay. Sick burn.
Yeah. Getting more money into the hands of the people would be beneficial, I should think. So often do we find that even the people in the cities, despite being surrounded by so much that the heart could want, finds themselves wanting for money to do with or accomplish anything. Especially in the cities, I would think this is the case. I'm throwing city-wise at you.
Ooh, good one.
I think so I want to know. So here's what I'm thinking, and I'm not sure how she would bring this up, or maybe this is a consequence of failure. And I want to ask you guys, players to players, right? So like from an upper level perspective, there's a chance that the Aberdarian vault just doesn't have enough liquidity to do this.
Like, then I think.
So if you succeed, it could be that you're putting the church in debt, right? Or like they're just operating on money; they have to borrow money.
I mean, that sounds like a good failure consequence.
Yeah. That would be a good thing.
I mean, so if
we can establish with this rule.
Well, then you have to establish that as part of your intent is also that there's the money available to afford it.
I think, yeah, but we could
like this, whether or not they pass this is fine. But the question is, like, that could be another thing. Like, if they pass it, a possibility is that, yeah, but like the prophet willed it, so we're doing it without the money anyways. You know what I mean?
I don't think the intent needs to change for that to be the failure.
No, I know. So, okay. I don't think.
I think that's an appropriate failure consequence if that's the route you want to go.
Okay. Sure.
Honestly, I would even say it would be an acceptable failure consequence to say they'll say, "Oh, you know what? We actually don't have enough money. Let's just fund the military order," and then be like, "Oh shit, we didn't even have enough money for that."
Okay.
Like, I would think that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah, that's the perfect failure condition. Thanks. Yeah, that's what's at stake here.
Throw those dice.
Well, I'm writing down my intent because it's so long and convoluted now.
Make it as brief as you can.
Okay. Well, here we go. I wanna get some of those dice for peasant and noble wise. So I want to tell a story. This plan will help people like my good friend Oleg. This is a man who worked all his life back-breaking labor in the middle of nowhere. There were no good roads near Oleg and his trading post. There were no good hospitals. Men would get sick and be injured and lose legs and arms. And they needed itinerant priests and clerics and travelers to provide for them. And it was difficult and expensive. This plan could bring new wealth into the dangerous wildlands of the borders and through all of the small patches of Brevoy that lack civilization, so that men and women like Oleg and his wife Svetlana no longer have to worry about roads and bandits and all sorts of unpleasantness, that we can bring the Lord's light to all of them. And speaking of, let me tell you about how this plan can help nobles as well. A young woman, Adla Ham, she was traveling and was set upon by the same bandits that plague our lands. The roads were terrible. There were no guards. There were no paladins or watchers. The bandits could simply prey on whoever they wished. And with this plan, trade will flow in increased amounts. Men will be hired as caravan guards. The bandits will be lessened or eliminated completely. And the coin will flow. And young women like Adlaham will not be set upon by these foul enemies of civilization.
There you go.
All right.
Perfect.
I tried. All right. So I have 10 helping dice.
All right. Here's the thing. To get this whole intention, like the church passes a plan, I'm not sure we can get that done with this one roll. I feel like you give this will be almost a link test to a administration or bureaucracy test for like the actual vote, but this is getting put on the floor and going to get voted on like tomorrow or something like that, right?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Because
I don't want to rob you of like your success here, but like also you can't just convincing her to move forward with this bill is amazing and like we'll get this sorted out, but it's not going to be enough to be like she because this is more of a democratic voting process, she can't just like override that, right?
Can I have my intent then be that I get her support?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
through that,
yeah.
Like I get her personal vote, and she'll convince anyone she has to.
Exactly.
What
You have a huge person on your side.
What I'm kind of thinking is like this person, when it came to matters of like finance in the church, essentially has veto power. So if you don't have this person on their side, anything that we propose would just get like she could just shut it down.
Think of what you're doing is like you're like a whip, right? You're a whip of Congress, and you're getting people on your side to make sure that you have the right votes. And this is like the key person you need on your side.
Okay, Francis Urquhart.
What's the obstacle I'm looking at?
4.
Oh, you're gonna.
I'd be really distraught if I didn't make this one.
Look at that, Jesus. 17d6.
I picked up a 12th on fate.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good job.
This is what you're
you guys
good
might
at.
actually get good tests out of that.
This is what you're good at.
Challenging.
This is your one thing that you're good at, is literally convincing people about matters of money and policy.
I mean, talking to people and throwing money at them are the two things I'm good at. I'm not a space wizard like these other two with a wide set of skills. I just talk to people.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Cool. So that's really cool. So they're like looking it over and nodding and stuff, and they're like, we have our first council financial accounting meeting tomorrow, and this will be, I'm adding it to the agenda right now. Okay.
So would it be weird for me to attend to defend this plan? It would be weird.
Yeah, I think it's going to, but if you could probably convince her to bring you on board too.
I mean, can that be the ultra flourish that I get from all this persuasion?
Yeah, that's fair. You fucking wrecked it over 3 times.
As the chosen one, he gets to present the plan himself.
Yeah, you get to present. Oh, that's perfect. You get to sell the bill. Yeah, that would be awesome. Cool. Good scene. And I think at that moment, I think we're going to go to our break.
Perfect.
Okay. Awesome, guys. So we'll be back in 5 minutes as we go to our first break.